Good morning, good morning. It is 11:30 Eastern Time, and that means it's time for another episode of First Chapter Fun. If this is the first time you're joining, this is the place where every day until early May, I read the first chapter of a different book every day. Lost my train of thought there. Every day at 11:30, a different book, not my books. So I realised actually I'd never actually mentioned to anybody who might be joining for the first time who I am. So I'm Hannah Mary McKinnon, and I write books. I write domestic suspense books, psychological suspense for the most part, but I'm not reading from my books. I'm reading from lots of different books from lots of my author friends, and hopefully that way you will discover more authors and works of more authors that you have not previously seen. So we have Kaylee. We have, oh my goodness, hold on, oh no, I can't scroll down. We have Wonderful Ritz, we have Natalie and Judy Rose, good morning, up on Facebook. So this is where I record both on Instagram Live down here and on Facebook Live up here, which sometimes gets a bit tricky because I don't know where to look, but also sometimes Facebook, not so much Instagram, but Facebook does sometimes boot me out. And when that happens, what I do is I go back and I restart the episode on whichever platform cut me off. So Natalie is just saying she's going out for a walk right now, but my son and I will tune in a little later. This is great because today is the first time that I have a middle grade book on First Chapter Fun. And this middle grade book is by Alisha Sevigny, and she has just joined us on Facebook. Hi Alisha, how are you? I hope you're very well. Thank you very much for letting me do this for you. This is lovely. Hello Clenna, she's also joined us on Facebook. So this is how it works. I will introduce Alisha to you. I will read the description of the book I'll show you the cover of course, and then I will read the first chapter for you. So we have Mary who's joined, we have David who's joined, we have Sharon who's joined. Wow, this is great. So this is a middle grade book. So if you've got kids around, say aged 9 to 14, go get them and have a listen. There's no swearing in this one. There's no sex in this one, obviously, because it's middle grade. So if you'd like to go and get your kids and plonk them down and have them watch and listen with you, please, that would be lovely. Alicia just says, hello, thanks for having me. No, it's my absolute pleasure. And Clara just says, my granddaughter would love that. She's in sixth grade. So as always, I save these videos on Instagram. It'll be on my story if it's under 15 minutes, which I doubt because it's it's a longer chapter. Not long, but longer. So 15 minutes, I won't be able to save it, but it will be saved on my Facebook author page, Hannah Mary McKinnon. You really can't miss me, you know, the curly hairy one. I'm easy to find. So the videos will be saved there. You can always go back and watch them again. You can do watch parties. You can do all kinds of stuff to help spread the word about this lovely book. So, without more babble from me, because you want to hear the book, you don't want to hear me babble, this is the book I'm reading for you today. Now, glare is always an issue, but that looks like it's working. Isn't that gorgeous? That is a lovely, I know, my boys are older now. They are 16 and I have 15-year-old twins, but they would have gobbled this up. Had I walked past this at Chapters or seen it online, I would have snapped this one up in a heartbeat. Look at that. It just screams adventure. I think it's beautiful. That is a beautiful cover. So let me tell you about the author, about Alisha. I'm going to put my glasses on. We have, oh yes, Alisha says it features real ancient artifacts. I love that. That is so brilliant. The research you must have done, Alisha, must be insane. So let me tell you about Alisha. Alisha Sevigny is the author of The Secrets of the Sands historical adventure series, which debuted in January 2020 with The Lost Scroll of the Physician, the book I'm going to read from today. She is also the author of YA, that's young adult, contemporary romances, Summer Constellations, which was a CCBC's or a Canadian Children's Book Centre, Best Books for Teens, and an NERFA, which is a National Excellence in Romance Fiction, and she was a finalist for that award for North America in the young adult category. So that again was Summer Constellations, and she's also the author of Kissing Frogs, which I think is a really cute title. She's a former literary agent, current freelance editor and professional tarot card reader, which I find fascinating. We're going to have to get together and do that, unless I'm going to pick a card that says death or something and then I'll just run away. Alisha lives in Toronto with her family, and I will post this of course on Facebook, but you will find her, including all the links to her books, on alishasevigny.com. Now, take my glasses off again so I can see you. Good morning, Ali. She's just joined us up on Facebook. So this is the middle grade. If you've just joined and you have kids between around 9 and 14, go grab them and let me entertain them. So let me read you the what we call the back cover copy. There, that's a little bit better, that gorgeous cover. Let me read you the back cover copy of The Lost Scroll of the Physician. Sesha must race to find a priceless scroll before time runs out. After a brutal fire takes their parents' lives, Sesha and Kai, children of the Pharaoh's royal physician, are left charming snakes and stealing food to survive. Unsure of who to trust, the pair are found and brought back to the palace, where the Pharaoh tasks Sesha with finding a rare medical document her father was transcribing. But are the royals hiding something? Befriended by a fellow scribe and a young princess, Sesha navigates palace intrigue and temple treachery while urgently seeking the valuable papyrus. For the scroll doesn't just have the power to keep the Pharaoh's army alive and reveal the secrets around her parents' death. It may be the only thing that can save Kai's life. So if that doesn't, as well as the title, scream adventure and middle grade adventure, I don't know what does. So let me show you that cover again. Nope, wrong one. There we go. The Lost Scroll of the Physician by Alisha Sevigny. And this is chapter 1. Ancient Egypt, the Second Intermediate Period. The cobra hisses in strike position, forked tongue flickering, hood flared wide. Its icy flat stare remains unbroken except for the vertical blink of its eyes. My fingers move up and down the long wooden reed, covering some holes and releasing others as the notes float up and up. Gaze locked with mine, the snake slowly undulates from side to side, and my body relaxes a fraction as our spirits entwine. A crowd has formed. This is what I want. Vendors walk toward the spectacle, attention drawn. People point and laugh, momentarily distracted from the oppressive heat of midday as they move in closer for the show. My eyes don't leave the snakes, but I know Kai is weaving through the carts, lifting a plum here, palming a fig there, taking whatever is most easily on offer. Hopefully he'll find some bread, maybe some fruit, some nuts and fruit, though there hasn't been much variety of late. My ears strain for shouts and exclamation of "Thief!" over a rumbling stomach, but the crowd is as mesmerised as the serpent. Snake charming is not common knowledge here. My father taught me the art, just as he taught me to read and write, also not common, especially for a girl. But he believed that learning and knowledge bestow power on their possessor. Unfortunately, all his knowledge and power were not enough to keep him and my mother from being killed. Pain blooms raw and fresh, as if the cobra had struck my heart. Has it only been one moon since they were stolen from us? Focus. I need to focus, or the snake's car will break with mine. Then I will not be so safe, though safety is mostly an illusion, I think. Higher and higher, the snake rises in the air, out of the basket woven with grasses picked from the banks of the Nile by my own hands, Kai's and mine. His are much faster. I pray to Amun they are fast now, and try not to think what will happen if they are not. A fruit vendor, bald and fat, clothes stained with the juices of his wares, thrusts a finger in my direction and jeers. "The snake is drugged! See how slow it moves!" I do not stop playing to tell him the snake is moving slow because it is entranced. Also, the heat of this day would make any creature sluggish. My heckler himself is sweating, a hairy, meaty arm coming across his dripping brow. Others begin to murmur, debating the state of the cobra's consciousness, attention wavering. This is dangerous. I move the reed in dizzying circles, notes coming faster. The snake follows the instrument, not taking its eyes from the wand, regarding it as a predator. It does not matter what tune I play, as the reptile can sense the sounds but not the individual notes. Those are for the audience, and so I try to make them as pleasing as possible. Unlike the fat man, I do not want my clothes splattered with rotten fruit. There is a noise at the back of the crowd. My body tenses. A dog barks, then barks again. Time slows as the fat man turns, upper body twisting as he cranes neck over shoulder, double chin coming last, pointing in the direction of the commotion. Please don't let it be Kai, please don't let it be Kai. But Amun must be sleeping, because there is my brother, scrawny arm held tight in the grip of an angry woman, dark hair frizzing around her shoulders like pregnant storm clouds. She's yelling and my brother's face is pinched and scared. My foot shoots out, kicking the basket over. Screams erupt from the crowd as Apep goes slithering off in search of cooler and calmer surroundings. The flash of regret at the hours of now wasted training is quickly replaced by an intense fear that my brother could possibly lose the arm the woman is clutching, or worse. Running through the panicked crowd, Kai and the screeching woman disappear in the churning masses. Frantic, I whirl in all directions, desperately trying to catch a glimpse of the pair. A dog barks again, and I look in its direction, eyes landing on the fat man. "Don't let him go!" he shouts, enraged. Following his gaze, I see the woman with my brother. "If you were not so lazy and distracted, thieves would not steal so easily," she yells back. I realise she's my heckler's wife. He thunders toward them, one hand on the large knife at his side, sun glinting off the deadly blade. For a fat man, he is quick as a crocodile, with a grin twice as evil. I dart under arms and around unwashed bodies, coughing on dust kicked up by sweaty feet. "Sesha!" Kai cries, catching sight of me. "Release him," I say. The woman sneers at me in perfect imitation of her husband, who is only seconds from reaching us. I don't think so. Her lips twist into a cruel smile as her nails dig deeper into Kai's arm, making him cry out. He is going to pay for what he took. He has nothing. I pray she will not lift his tunic where the cloth sack is tied around his skinny waist. The fat man is almost upon us, knife gripped low. My mind races for a way out and comes up with nothing. I cannot leave Kai. Then the dog is there, growling deep in its throat. It stares menacingly at the woman. She takes a step back, unsure, pulling Kai with her. "Call off your dog. He is not mine to call. Liar!" And then the man is also there, lunging for me. I go boneless like a pep and slip through his hands. He lets out a raw, rotten breath enveloping me as he fumbles for the knife. Reaching my brother, I grab his arm and pull with all my strength in the opposite direction. The man is on his knees, scrambling for his knife in the dirt. Tugging harder, I yell again at the woman to let go. She will not, she's too strong. The dog lunges forward, jumping up on her front, teeth snapping. She screams, hands coming up to protect her face, releasing Kai so suddenly that I stumble backward and we fall hard to the ground, but only for a second. Jumping to his feet, Kai extends a crescent-marked arm to help me up. We race through the market, dodging around stalls and people too preoccupied with their own lives and the possibility of a snake underfoot to pay too much attention. I hear both the man and the woman shout behind us, but we are lightning, darting into the shadows that even the sun's rays cannot dispel. When at last we are sure of our safety, we stop, hands on knees, breath coming fast and hard, tracks of sweat running down our dusty faces. It's several minutes before we speak. "I'm sorry, Sesha," Kai says, distress in his dark brown eyes. "My hunger made me careless." "Do not apologise for being hungry, little brother." I ruffle his brown hair, curly like our father's was. He brightens. "Look." Untying the cloth satchel at his waist, he lets the tattered sack fall to the ground. Out rolls a fig, some grapes, a few berries, and one overripe plum, conjuring with it the smell of the man's decaying teeth. My stomach turns. "Well done," I gesture to the food. "Eat. I'm not hungry." "Are you sure?" Picking up the fig, he has it in his mouth before I can nod. He needs it more than I. Noting the dark circles under his eyes and the pallor of his face under skin coloured by the sun, I gesture for him to sit as we lean back against a pitted wall behind one of the temples. "A pep?" he says, between ravenous bites, juice dribbling down his chin. "Gone," I say, and he lowers his eyes. "Back to the riverbank, where she'll be much happier." "But all the time we spent with her." There's a slight tremor in his voice. "I can find another snake." I pat his back and smile to let him know I'm not upset. "Another brother may not prove to be so easy." He holds out some bruised grapes. "Have some, Sesha. They are delicious." I oblige, knowing he will not relent until I eat something. We finish the food together, leaving only the mushy plum, which Kai pockets. A rustling sound to our left has us on our feet, head swivelling in its direction. The dog from the market trots around the corner and we relax, slumping back against the wall. It walks up to Kai and licks his face, making him giggle. It nudges me next with a wet nose and I scratch its pointy ears. There's a chunk missing from the left one, an old injury leaving the skin soft and smooth. "Do you know this dog?" I ask, curious as to where it came from. "He saved us," my brother says, laying his hand on the lean torso. "He is ours now." "Just what we need," I sigh. "Another mouth to feed." The dog barks and a hind leg comes up to scratch vigorously behind his torn ear. And flees. That was the lovely first chapter. No, wrong way. Hold on. There we go. Wrong way around. From Alisha Sevigny's middle grade book, The Lost Scroll of the Physician. So middle grade, ages 9 to 14, and this is out now, the first in the series. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun to read, I have to say. All of these readings are fun, being able to do this. I'm very grateful to my author friends and publishers who allowed me to do this series. It's so lovely. Tomorrow, thank you, there's a lovely comment here. She says, "Very cool, thank you. By the way, almost finished Her Secret Son. That's one of my books. I'm hooked." Oh, that's Glennie. Oh, thank you, Glennie. That's so cool. That's lovely. There we go. And we have another comment. "Perfect for my little cousin in Vancouver." No kidding. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So that was The Lost Scroll of the Physician by Alisha Sevigny. Go check that one out. It's available now. Something to entertain the kids with, obviously, during this pandemic and staying at home. Sounds like a great read to me. I'll have to read it myself because I want to know what happens next. So tomorrow I have Road Warrior by Vivian Mayer. This is tomorrow's book. And for those of you who know the city, you'll probably spot that's the CN Tower, because this book is set in Toronto. So this is what I will be reading from tomorrow, as always, at 11:30 Eastern Time. I hope you'll be able to join me then. So have a great day, everyone, and until the next time, hopefully tomorrow, let me start that again. Until next time, hopefully tomorrow, please, as always, stay safe, stay kind, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.